Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome on Business Today Television. Let's look at the market on this fantastic Tuesday afternoon, as also on 1st of July. We've just started the second half of calendar 2025 on a slightly muted note, and nothing to be worried about here, simply for two reasons. One, we've had a 4-month continuous month-on-month rally, March, April, May, June, in which the Nifty has surged more than 3,000 points. So that, ladies and gentlemen, needs to be digested. And this is something that the markets are very wary of ahead of first quarter earnings that begin later this week. So this is a sideways market that we are seeing. The Nifty in a narrow 100-point trading range, the low being 25,500, the high being 25,595. And ditto for Bank Nifty, which is at a fresh record high, 57,470, up about 1/3%. So this is the status of the market. Very low volume trade today. In fact, if you look at the top traded counters by volume on the National Stock Exchange, it's Raymond. Normally this spot is reserved for HDFC Bank or maybe ICICI Bank, but it's Raymond, 5.6% higher, 750, 1577 crores worth of transactions that have been traded. Then you have a record high on BEL, 432.3, the counters up 2.5%, very strong volumes in BEL today. Let me just give you an idea about BEL volumes. The turnover is 1275 crores, and when you look at it from the point of view of average turnover, about 78% of BEL 5-day average is traded, somewhere like 2.95 crore shares that the counter has seen. And of course, within the Nifty, this is the top traded counter, 1276 crores traded. Apollo Hospitals 3.2% higher, and this is a volume breakout. 14.76 lakh shares of Apollo Hospitals have been traded at a record high. This is 4 times the 5-day average. So the 5-day average would be somewhere like 3 lakh shares. So today 14 lakh shares are traded. I'll request the PCR to kindly show the long-term chart of Apollo Hospital. Front page news coming in from media outlets that the company will demerge its pharmacy division, offer shareholders 195 shares of the pharmacy division versus 100 held for Apollo. That's value emerging for long-term shareholders, and that particular company will be listed in 12 to 18 months. So that's the reason why you see this very sharp spurt in Apollo Hospitals, up 4 times in 5 years. And even in July 2020, when the stock was at 1300 rupees, it was a very expensive stock. So people used to say, itna mehenga share hai, isko leke kya karenge? So in the Indian markets, the expensive gets more expensive. Keep that in mind. If you are able to buy quality, then and hold it for a longer period of time, especially buy quality when it's in pain, that's the time you make supernormal money. So I think last time I checked, Apollo had 58 hospitals in India, and when you look at the valuation of Apollo, this is at a premium to several other counters within the Nifty. But hospitals in general have done fantastically well over the last 3-4 years, mainly because average revenue per operating bed has improved dramatically, as Indians pay much attention to their health. You have the market capitalization at 1,700 crores on my apologies, 1,07,000 crores. Revenue is about 22,000 crores on trailing 12 months for Apollo, and earnings are at 1,445 crores for the trailing 12 months. Debt is substantial, 3,100 crores of debt, and promoter ownership at about 29%. This is a company that was set up in 1979 and is India's largest hospital chain. So very strong volume, very strong breakout on Apollo hospitals is what is seen as far as today's markets are concerned. When you look at the activity that's happening on Axis Bank, bit of a downtick, 2.3% lower today, and you have about 64 lakh shares that have been traded on Axis Bank. This is again 1.25 times 5-day average. So that's an interesting thought that the market is getting into. Strong move coming into ICICI General Insurance. It's called ICICI Lombard if you want to check it on the screen. 2064. This is also, yes, 1.2% higher, but the interesting part about ICICI General Insurance is that it's still way off its all-time high. We had seen it at 2284 in September of 2024. We are now at 2065. So strong moves coming into many insurance counters. I'll request the PCR to kindly fire the long-term chart of HDFC Life. Fresh record high there. A lot of momentum coming into insurance plays post the budget announcement that the sector will be open to 100% foreign direct investment. So among the many other threads that are running on the insurance space, one of them is this budgetary move that came in on 1st of Feb. If you see the stock price action on 1st of Feb, I can tell you for ICICI Lombard, which is right there in front of me, the stock has moved from a low of 1651 to a high of 2064. We'll try and see HDFC Life. Let me just check it at my end also. So February would mean a 6-month chart for yes. So February low actually is somewhere like 603 for HDFC Life. And we are now at 808. So you can well imagine 200 on 603. That's a 30% appreciation on a stock. So, you know, much depends on what price you buy, especially if you're dealing with blue chips. And who says that blue chips don't return 20-30% a year? You should know when to buy. If you can buy a blue chip when it's in a painful zone, you will make supernormal money in less than 2-3 months alone. That's something which is called buying the dip, which we profess a lot of hope on, and that's working very well on many quality stocks. So if you can buy 2 or 3 stocks which are in pain every month and they are belonging to the quality set, you are going to make a lot of money in the next couple of months. Let me just show you one more that is in pain, which is Carborundum Universal. I'll request the PCR to kindly show a long-term chart of Carborundum Universal. This is a Murugappa Group company. Yes, excellent. We've seen 1800 on Carborundum Universal. It's below 1000. So a very sharp correction that has come in. This is a multi-bagger stock, and if you followed the Murugappa Group, you will realize that the balance sheet of Carborundum Universal is of great strength. And if you see the 10-12 year performance on Carborundum Universal, this is a stock that has given huge returns. So in July of 2020, at the peak of COVID, this was for 233 rupees. It went all the way up to 1800 a couple of months back, and is now trading below 1000 rupees. So this is not to say that you should buy it, but I'm just saying that at times gold is available at the price of silver, and that is when you should strike. If you see the 10-year performance of Carborundum Universal, despite it falling at 50%, 1800 to 1000, the 10-year performance of Carborundum Universal is actually at a 19% CAGR. I don't have a calculator which can tell you how much it was at 1800, but all I'm trying to say is that you should have the ability to buy this pain and also be extremely observant about how things change. We'll again convene 3 months later on Carborundum Universal. Let's see what the price will be. I'm sure in the studios Manita is sitting on charts firing the stock. She will remember. And it's 1st of July. Let's try and catch hold of Carborundum Universal on 1st of October. Manita, are you hearing me? Yes, she is hearing me. So 1st of October, Manita will fire the stock at the 2 p.m. show, and then we will see. Again, you have to consult an independent financial advisor if you do such things listening to Business Today television. But it's a nice 3-month bet that Manita and I will have. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, there is auto ancillary sector where a lot of sectoral rotation is happening and a lot of money is coming into this space. We'll start with Gabriel, 20% up as far as prices are concerned. Yes, we'll see a long term chart because it opened 20% higher, so you don't see an intraday chart. Yes, correct. So Gabriel India is a company that's made an announcement to its shareholders that it's acquiring the business of its subsidiary in exchange for a stock swap, and that will help Gabriel over the next medium term or so grow its turnover dramatically. So at the moment, Gabriel is a company that makes shockers and things that keep the car stable, the vehicle and two-wheeler stable. So they make struts, they make shocker assemblies, and they also make sunroofs in the car that you see in ads. And by acquiring the business of a subsidiary, they are getting into lubricants, coolants, and that's the reason why you see this very sharp spurt in price. Gabriel again is a multi-bagger, 8 times over the last 5 years. At the same time, let's also look at Banco Systems, Banco India, Endurance Technologies, and Igarshi Motors. All these stocks are in top form as far as today's move is concerned. Banco is up 6 times after a 1:1 split. So the wealth creation has been enormous. So apart from auto ancillaries and of course BEL, there are modest gains across the market. Bharat Dynamics is up 2.3%, 1987. Mazgaon Dock and HAL are up 1% each. A green tick on data patterns as well. These are from the defense space. When you look at PSUs, there is a very sharp move coming into GNFC from the fertilizer space. Excuse me. Punjab National Bank 2.34% higher. PSU banks doing well today. Bank of India 2% higher. UCO Canara Bank adding 1.7% each. So it's not as if that the market is bereft of gains. It's just bereft of volumes, and that's mainly because you have had a very sharp 4-month rally. The market needs to adjust that. Overall, 1200 stocks are in the green versus 1300 that are in the red. So bears on the front foot on 1st day of July, and out of 19 indices, we have about 16 that are in the red. So that's the state of play on Dalal Street. But I should also mention record highs apart from BEL and Apollo excuse me, that are there. Karur Vyasa Bank 3% higher, 275.5, fresh record peak. Laurus Labs, very interesting, 2.6% higher at 743. This is a CDMO space candidate. We speak to a lot of top wealth creators, and the CDMO space in the pharma sector is something that's attracting a lot of players. You have Aditya Birla Capital, 1.9% higher. About a fortnight ago, they had a massive block deal. The promoters sold a part of the stake, welcoming newer players. So a tailwind of rate cuts by the RBI, low ticket item, and of course a fresh 10-year high for you. Navin Fluorine from the chemical space, 1.5% higher, almost 4,900. Today's high was 49.95, and of course car maker Hyundai and airline Indigo. That's the status, ladies and gentlemen. Bit gains everywhere, quality stocks hitting record highs, and sectoral moves coming into auto ancillaries. We'll get back again tomorrow, but for the moment this is the state of play in the market. Nifty 30 points higher, Bank Nifty 215 points higher, IT index slipping 0.5% lower. So that's the state of play. Thank you for watching. We'll be back together again tomorrow.
Even if China